Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Wizards Unite, where every week we discuss any speculation or updates in relation to Wizards Unite. Well, we have been waiting a long time now for the third trailer, so we're going to be discussing when that is possibly coming out, any insights that we've got from previous clues. So let's get into it. 2 months ago now, 14th of November, we got our first trailer from Wizards Unite. A month later, we knew that they had recorded the next one exactly 1 month later. So the timer on this said that it was the 14th on the cam recording. So that was December. We were in January. We've hit the 14th, and nothing has come our way. We haven't got any, sniff of any clues of when it might come, other than information from the previous trailer. So we can see here. And we'd have to zoom in, but it's right at the top. They have the date is 14th of the 12th. You can't see it at that angle. Yeah, I'm just gonna trust me on this one. 14th of the 12th. It said on this that they recorded this. It may be that they've recorded the next one on the 14th and they're just waiting to air it. Now, when will it come out? So there was a lot of speculation that Warner Brothers Studios were potentially going to be leaking something new, which, for the past week we've had little riddles towards what it might be. So we got our first clue 5 days ago, and the clue for that was the flying key. So the first one was key. Then it was, after that we had enter, so key, enter. Next we had the clue being April, so it looks like the event was opening in April. Then we got the next piece of the puzzle, which was, somebody help me out here, just riding Gringotts. Let's go with Gringotts. Gringotts was the final clue. Before we then got our riddles have unraveled, the hardest part is past, return this time tomorrow and unlock the truth at last. So hashtag unlock the magic, possibly gonna release something new, but there was a trailer that they released where they had building going on in the background, so it looked pretty clear that it was going to be something geared towards a new set at Warner Brothers Tour London, and that was released 16 minutes ago. They released a trailer showing that they are currently developing and will be open in April Gringotts Wizarding Bank. So as we can see there, they are working on it a bit bigger. So they're working on building the props, we're working on building the set. We have a little bit of a speeded up camera version of what they're building. Nothing later than that, so it looks like it's just currently in development. But this is what we're hoping to get towards the end of it, and that's what they'll be hoping to build. Hashtag enter stranger. Apparently it's very, very fully booked. It's very fully booked in April, but so it's difficult to get tickets for it, but it's going to be a permanent feature, so it's not something you need to rush to go see. It's going to be there if you go later on. So I'm thinking of going to that. I've been to it before, but I haven't been, that was probably about 3 years ago, so there's probably new additions to it, and this looks like it's going to be pretty exciting to go and see. But nothing in relation to Harry Potter Wizards Unite. So what then? What are we expecting? When do we think this will come? So a lot of us on the Discord, so the Harry Potter YouTubers Discord, so these are a collection of other people who have YouTube channels and look for information and put out good videos on any speculation or any new updates. So definitely go check some of these guys out if you're interested in getting all the different information. Some of us cover different videos, so I think Lynette from Wizard PhD did a preparation of what she does when she goes out for Pokemon Go. Zilman, who is now Zilman's, not Zilman Plays, it's Zilman's Wizarding World or something like that. Zilman's Wizarding World did a video on preparation for when Wizards Unite comes out, so any preparation to prepare for it. And also, he did an amazing video where he actually went and found the location of the first trailer. And it got retweeted by the person who actually directed it, I think it was. So that was pretty cool. It was a good job on his part. He's done some rebranding, I see. It's a new logo. So yeah, this was being retweeted. So Willem Gregor is the person who, I think the director behind it, or producer, I don't know, something like that. But he also talked about future, something exciting coming in the future as well. So whether he's going to be involved or was involved in the second one and could be in the third one, we don't know. It may be that they're just, you know, what would make more sense would be to have a team in England, have a team in Australia, have a team in, I mean, the Australian one wouldn't have taken that much producing really. It's just one set camera and then probably some CGI. So potential something coming from his kind of insight that something exciting is coming. Maybe he is involved in that. I'm thinking the next one is going to be America. So we've had England, we've had Australia. This is going to be something that goes global. Therefore, they're probably going to pull in America next. And the biggest, you know, big shout out to Mark again, popping with the information. This guy's an information genius. We're looking at the NFL TV broadcast, and in terms of the content in relation to the actual game action. So we've got 11 minutes game action. For 11 minutes game action, there's 15 minutes of replays, 35 minutes of shots of the coach, crowd and cheerleaders, etc. 67 minutes shots of players standing around. That's a lot of minutes for staying around. And commercials, taking almost the biggest segment of this, is 63 minutes. Wow. The whole broadcast lasts 3 hours and 12 minutes. UK time, that means 11 PM Sunday, I believe, is when it's going to be broadcast. In England, they broadcast without commercials, though. So what I'm probably going to be doing is one or two things. Either one, they apparently they put out commercials before the actual release of the commercials during the actual, you know, Super Bowl. So it may be that at 11 o'clock, probably going to stay up, wait for it. Then hopefully maybe something will come out that I can put out for you guys straight away. If they don't, probably going to have to either watch a stream of it that will show me the commercials as well, or worst case scenario, wait up until the morning and get a copy of it some way if it comes out. So the clues towards this is that in the last videos in Australia, the second trailer, they talked about stadiums being a particular area of interest, and therefore people were speculating and then that obviously it's a huge stadium, Super Bowl, going to be watched by millions of people, I'd imagine. Is it? Yeah, it's definitely going to be in the millions, isn't it? And therefore, it's a pretty good advertising. I bet it costs a ton for you to advertise during the Super Bowl, though. But that will be a huge audience to reach in relation to the game. If we're looking based on what they've already been pulling in terms of, you know, hype, you know, the first video was really great. It pulled out, for me, 27k videos. But if we look at Wizards Unite, so their official page, which is Harry Potter, it got 300k views. So on YouTube, you know, that's going to be free for them. They're advertising, they're hitting an audience of 300k views, and these are going to be people who are pure Harry Potter films. So it is probably a really good source of advertising. But if you want this to be a game that really goes global and gets the interest of people who aren't particularly into Harry Potter, just like I think people who weren't necessarily into Pokemon, you know, my mum never really watched Pokemon. She's never a part of it, otherwise watching me trading cards. My mum plays Pokemon Go all the time now. So if you're trying to capture those people who would like the experience, who, you know, people weren't always interested in Harry Potter. As you released books, it became more popular and people read it, and then it became interested in it. And if you want to grab more people who are not familiar with the, with the IP, you want to get something that will be suitable and grab the attention of lots of people. That's why I think the Super Bowl will be a perfect time to drop a brand new trailer, because it's going to go out to millions, people are going to see it, and that will I think it'll just build the hype even more. People would subscribe to things and follow the Twitter pages so that they're up to date with news about it. Whether they're going to bring in other, social media and people to help with that advertising, I'm not sure. We have, I think it's Safari Zone going on in Pokemon Go, where Nick, Trainer Tips, Reversals, O2 Dots, those kind of people are going to that meeting there. Whether or not they are going to involve those people, I think they will. It's a good source of, if you're trying to catch the Pokemon Go fans and bring them into this new, Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery, Wizards Unite, it's gonna be a good source, which is kind of annoying for me as a channel, because obviously, I want to build this channel and capture a big audience, and hopefully, back that up with good content and play. But it will mean they'll get like a huge head start on it if they get to play it or advertise it. I really want to be the kind of like first person to get that information out for you, which I've hopefully been keeping up with. So possibly the Super Bowl. If not, they may have just skipped a month. It may be that their deadline, their predicted date, they're not hitting it, and therefore they've gone, you know what, let's just scratch this month off. 16th or 14th of February, Valentine's Day, we'll bring out a trailer. Possibly. I think if it doesn't come on Super Bowl, I think it'll come definitely the next month, but it will be inside that. March might not be a date that we're looking at for, being something that realistically is going to happen. So on top of that, the final thing to talk about is just that there's been some tweets out. Scribbler found this. No, not this. Scribbler found something else. No, Nick found this. Nick from WizardTube found this little mention from Warner Brothers Entertainment Chief Digital Officer Thomas Gerwick, who is overseeing the Niantic Harry Potter games development on behalf of AT&T subsidiary. Told this person, in November that Wizards Unite would feature far more components than a rehash of Pokemon Go, featuring fantastic beasts. So another kind of clarification that we're going to be seeing the fantastic beasts in it, not just magical artifacts, which is what we've seen so far. We had a hint in the second video about which somebody used the little code randomly on the top left. Oh no, that flashed on the screen, the slow speed now type screen, and somebody typed it in and looked at the coordinates, and it landed in somewhere cold, the Arctic or something like that, Antarctic. It landed somewhere where Yetis in the Muggle world would be found, and as that information dropped, Hogwarts Mystery had a Yeti in it, and Niantic released a developers platform which had the picture of a Yeti on it. So I don't think that's a coincidence. Two may be okay, but three things at the same time were being referenced to potential Yeti. I think that's a kind of good part of what we're going to be seeing. I really think the two will probably be interacting in terms of what we see in Wizards Unite. The fact that we're getting new creatures coming in, it wouldn't surprise me if those are the same type of designs that we're going to see in Pokemon Go, because they're really good. They're great designs of the dragon's amazing. So it would be pretty inefficient for Portkey Games, who would probably be the biggest link between the two, to go, right, we want this team to create loads of animals and you to create loads of magical creatures as well, but yeah, rather than save time and create one and just use it for both, we're going to only do it in one and do it different. It's double the time, double the paying for somebody else to do it. the fact that you could actually create a better product if you've got 2 people working on each creature at the same time. Probably have more people, but it's going to be more efficient. So I do believe that the creatures that we see in Hogwarts Mystery, so these are so far we've seen a hippogriff. Sorry, it's slanted, but we should be able to still see the animals. So we've seen a hippogriff, Niffler, Puffskein, Krupp. We've got all the creatures in our West Towers where you can acquire little creatures for your dorm, which isn't very canon, but it's a quirky feature. So we've got Streelers, we've got a Toad, we've got a Tarantula there, we've got a mouse, we've got an owl, we've got a cat. You can get a Kneasel now as well, and a Puffskein. So 2 of the magical creatures. We've seen a Puffskein in Fantastic Beasts, I believe, already. And then we go into the Magical Creatures Reserve. We've got a lot more creatures. There's my Krupp. Krupp has 2 tails. 2 tails. His name is Tails. Yeah, thought a lot about that one. So in the Care for Creatures, probably best to show it by here, is we've got an Acromantula, we've got a Niffler already, a Fairy, a Horf, which is a horse dwarf. He's a Pograbin. Pograbin? No, he's not. He's a Porlock. He's a Porlock. We've got Butterbean, who is a Abraxan. We've got Mr. Stickles, who is obviously a Bowtruckle. Now they've added Thestral and a Welsh Green Dragon, and these designs are so good. They're not like just half-assed. There was a little wolf cub there as well. I don't know if you saw that. Welsh Dragon. So a little bit slow on the FPS, you know, it's got a little bit of money to improve that, but they've got a pretty damn good design of a dragon, and it's moving, and then you can see yourself, you know, encountering that in Wizards Unite when it comes out, and somehow trying to catch it through spells and stuff like that. But we have a confirmation that they're going to be in the game, which is great to hear. And you know, we've had some insights to that potentially being, and you know, it wouldn't have been. I think it wouldn't have been as good a game if you didn't, because they're things that people want to collect. I want to get a Thestral and a Dragon, but I'm too far off that. But we'll be able to get it in that, hopefully. Okay, well that's all for this one. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. Have you got any other insights into where it might potentially going to see the trailer? Do you think that I'm right, it's going to be Super Bowl, or that actually we're just going to see it on the 14th of next month? Let me know your thoughts. And that's all for this one. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like button and hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with future content and information. That is all for me. See you soon.